He is the coach with the most wins in NBA history. Spurs coach 29 years, won 5 championships, led team to 22 playoffs, 3 times Coach of Year. He's one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. He embodies the Spurs ethos and represents an entire era. His name is Gregg Popovich. Hi everyone, I'm Gary. Today we'll share the story of Spurs coach Gregg Popovich. Retired, left legendary legacy. Created moments, saw fans grow. This episode will showcase those emotional highlights. Popovich was born in 1949 in Indiana, USA. His father is Serbian and his mother is from Croatia. In his youth, Popovich dreamed of becoming a secret agent, attended Air Force Academy, he even majored in Soviet studies, showed talent on court, university captain, played guard. After graduating in year 1970, Popovich served 5 years as required. Led Army team as captain. Exhibitions in Eastern Europe, USSR. Although Popovich ultimately didn't become an intelligence operative, he still contributed to his country through basketball. Became assistant coach, started career, earned a master's at Denver. In 1979, he became head coach at Pomona-Pitzer College. This was a struggling NCAA Division III school, but Popovich set out to transform the team. He emphasized that defense was the key to winning games, demanded defensive excellence, won first title in 68 years. This became an invaluable chapter in his career. This achievement remains only honor in Popovich's office. The basketball philosophy Coach Popovich established 50 years ago would later build a dynasty in the NBA. Popovich genuinely loved basketball and was an avid learner. Assistant coach at Kansas, specifically to learn from renowned coach Larry Brown. 1988, Brown became Spurs coach. Hired Popovich as assistant, marking Popovich's entry into the NBA. This opened the door to basketball's highest stage. Popovich spent 4 years with the Spurs before joining the Golden State Warriors to learn from Don Nelson. Learn from legendary coaches. In 1994, he returned to the Spurs as general manager. In Popovich's first year back, the Spurs achieved great success. The team already had 1987 top draft pick David Robinson, who averaged 27.6 points and 10.8 rebounds that season. Spurs won 62 games, Robinson MVP, lost WCF to Rockets. Head coach Bob Hill performed exceptionally well, recording 121 regular season wins over 2 years. However, when Robinson was injured early in the 1996-97 season, the team stumbled to a 3-15 start. At that critical moment, Popovich made a highly controversial decision. He fired Bob Hill and named himself head coach. Timed move with Robinson's return. He became a public enemy of Santo Antonio. In his first year as head coach, he only managed 17 wins and 47 losses. Criticism was rampant, but this was likely part of Popovich's master plan. That season's failures laid the foundation for the Spurs' 20-year dynasty. 1997 draft. Spurs used first pick to select Tim Duncan, a power forward from Wake Forest. The twin towers of Duncan and David Robinson. 56 wins. A warm-up. By Popovich's second coaching year, the Spurs defeated the Knicks 4-1 in the year 1999 finals. First franchise title, not once in the series did New York surpass 90 points. Defensive philosophy. From small college coach to NBA champion leader, his trophy was just the beginning. The Spurs' culture of winning began taking root. From 1997 to 2002, Popovich served as both Spurs coach and general manager. During this period, he made franchise-altering decisions. His draft acumen proved exceptional. In 1999, selecting at 57th overall, Argentine guard Manu Ginobili. In 2001, using the 28th pick, he drafted French point guard Tony Parker. 3 players, 1 top pick, 2 late-round gems. Who could have predicted these 3 under Popovich would form one of history's greatest trios? Popovich credits his global scouting experience for recognizing international talent potential. His diverse background shaped not just coaching methods, but broadened basketball's global perspective. The Spurs became the NBA's United Nations, though Parker initially struggled in workouts, with Popovich calling him too weak for consideration. The staff convinced Popovich to reevaluate. Parker's persistence won Popovich's trust. He endured Popovich's rigorous training methods Popovich jokingly called borderline abusive by today's standards. Harsh discipline revealed hidden potential. Parker started his 5th professional game. During his Taiwan visit, Parker recalled, "My biggest fear was losing Duncan's approval. Joining a championship team meant earning veterans' respect became critical." History confirmed Popovich's judgment. After 2001 Western Conference Finals defeat to LA and 2002 repeat loss to Shaq-Kobe duo, Popovich focused solely on coaching in 2003. The Spurs then dethroned Lakers in playoffs, en route to another finals appearance. 1-4-2 began Spurs dynasty. In the following years, under Gregg Popovich's iron-fisted coaching, Tim Duncan became the NBA's greatest power forward with his steady play style. Remained Spurs' symbol, Parker showed all-star skills, becoming the team's indispensable floor general. Manu Ginobili dazzled with his signature ghost cuts, breaking deadlocks as the ultimate sixth man. With defensive stalwarts like Bruce Bowen and Robert Horry, the black and silver dominated the Western Conference. The 2003-04 season witnessed a league-wide play-style revolution. The two teams meeting in the playoffs can be the strongest contradiction. The Suns fell 4-1 to San Antonio in the 2005 Western Finals. In 2007, they bowed out 4-2 during the second round. By 2008, Phoenix abandoned their philosophy to conquer San Antonio, trading franchise icon Sean Marion for 35-year-old Shaquille O'Neal's physical presence. In a desperate bid to exorcise their Spurs demons, GM Steve Kerr orchestrated this gamble, who had played under Popovich in San Antonio, and later served as his assistant coach. Yet Kerr's masterstroke backfired spectacularly when Popovich deployed the hack-a-shack strategy, intentionally fouling O'Neal to exploit his poor free throw shooting. O'Neal bricked 14 freebies in Game 2, 17 in Game 3, and 20 in Game 5. His 50% free throw accuracy proved disastrous. Phoenix fell 4-1 again to San Antonio in 2008's first round. Shaq famously derided the tactic, calling it spineless basketball. Popovich doubled down, fouling Shaq just 5 seconds into Game 1. His smirk to cameras even drew laughter from O'Neal. Popovich's dry wit became legendary, particularly in his terse press conferences.
Fourth quarter, Coach Popovich, your thoughts on the third quarter? We're behind.
Shooting just 30%, haven't made a 3-ball yet. How do you get your offense going?
You keep shooting.
7 turnovers to 5 field goals. What was the key?
I think they were looking at your suit.
I got to honestly tell you, this is the first time I've enjoyed doing this ridiculous interview. It's because you're here and you're back with us. Welcome back, baby.
Well, thank you very much.
Back to the story. The Spurs defeated the Pistons in the 2005 NBA Finals. In 2007, LeBron James reached the finals for the first time, though the Suns dazzled fans with entertaining regular season play. But the saying, defense wins championships, Phoenix lost repeatedly to Spurs, confirming Popovich's belief that playoff success requires defense. Though the Spurs didn't return to the finals in subsequent years, they weren't declining, but preparing for their next championship run. The 2013 Spurs evolved further. Maintaining strong defensive discipline, they developed the beautiful game offense, showcasing mesmerizing team basketball with fluid ball movement. 35-year-old Duncan, 35-year-old Ginobili, and 30-year-old Parker, under the guidance of 64-year-old Popovich, faced Heat's Big Three. Ray Allen's 3 forced OT. They ultimately lost the championship in Game 7. In 2014, the Spurs came back stronger. Popovich won his 3rd Coach of the Year award. The Spurs defeated the Heat 4-1 to claim their 5th championship. After Tony Parker's 2008 Finals MVP performance, the Spurs organization and Popovich again demonstrated their vision. Brought out the new FMVP, Kawhi Leonard. Fans expected Kawhi to inherit the Spurs' Big Three legacy, leading the new generation of black and silver to glory. Kawhi injured in 2017 WCF. Injury, disputes, fractured team, traded to Toronto. In 2016, Duncan retired. In 2018, Ginobili retired. In 2019, Parker departed. San Antonio entered a new era with DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. Back-to-back first-round exits. Then, in 2020, their 22-year playoff streak ended. That same year, Popovich led Team USA's Olympic squad to gold at the Tokyo Olympics. For Pop, this fulfilled one of his lifelong dreams. He cherished this unique opportunity. In 2022, Popovich earned his 336th career win, becoming the NBA's all-time winningest coach. Though the proud Spurs now face rebuilding, it's precisely in these dark times revealed Popovich's other sides. Life is bigger than basketball, Popovich always reminds us. Therefore, he still coaches with passion. He also deeply cares about his players' lives and futures. 2015. Boban excelled with Spurs. Pistons offered double salary. Stayed with Spurs under Pop. Instead, Coach Pop gave him a stern lecture. "You're a good kid, so get out of here." Later, he explained, "I told him to prioritize his family. If he sacrificed a big contract for the Spurs, I'd feel guilty forever." When Tim Duncan's father passed away in 2016, Popovich not only stood by his player during the tough time, promised Tim's father. He made him a promise.
Before his father passed away, looking at me in the eye and saying that I'm going to hold you responsible to make sure that when he's done, he's the same person he is now. And after all these accolades and all this success, he's still gotten over himself. Hasn't changed a lick.
In 2021, DeMar DeRozan's father passed away. Popovich stayed with him in the room and cried for 2 hours. Coach Pop told DDR, "I won't leave until you walk out of this room." Later, DeMar said, "The way Popovich treated me was as if I'd played for the Spurs for 20 years. In 2023, Leonard, wearing a Clippers jersey, returned to San Antonio and was met with boos. Then Popovich grabbed the microphone and asked fans to show class and stop booing him. The crowd booed louder, but that's what he'd do for his players.
Coming an average of 21. And that,
Excuse me for a second.
Pops on the mic.
Stop all the booing and let these guys play. It's got no class. It's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
Pop telling the fans to lay off Kawhi Leonard.
When Tim Duncan entered the Hall of Fame in 2021, he specially thanked Popovich for his guidance over the years. This shows how Coach Pop kept the promise he made to Tim's father.
Standard you set. You showed up after I got drafted. You came to my island. You sat with my friends, my family. You talked with my dad. I thought that was normal. It's not. You were an exceptional person. Thank you for teaching me about basketball. But even beyond that, teaching me that's not all about basketball. It's about what's happening in the world, about your family, just for everything.
In 2023, Popovich, Parker Hall of Fame. On stage, during the speech, stood his star pupils. They played together for the Spurs and are now Hall of Famers. Popovich delivered his speech.
Try to think of a word that would describe what this might feel like, and it feels even... shush. For me, it's unimaginable, not an attempt to be humble. This is unimaginable. And for anybody that's gone through this, felt it, it's not something you think about as you're growing up. It's unimaginable. My final message is just the wins and losses are all crap. The highs and lows are all crap. That's illusory. It doesn't really exist. What exists is seeing these guys and their kids, those relationships with your assistant coaches, everybody else you're with, your colleagues, your friends, because that's what you take with you as you move along. All those wins or losses, they fade away. They fade away. But those relationships stick with you forever, and that's where the self-esteem and the self-satisfaction comes.
In 2024, the Spurs secured their first one pick in 26 years, the extraordinary rookie Victor Wembanyama, modern basketball's top talent. This French phenom, like Tony Parker, observers with his mature mentality. He eagerly seeks Popovich's mentorship, making him the Spurs' perfect match. Upon joining the Spurs, Wemby declared, "I can't wait to learn from Popovich." After a tough loss, Popovich stated, "I don't need to remind Wemby of anything. I know he understands." Fans joked about his uncharacteristically gentle response. Coaching sons versus rookies? With this generational talent before him, Popovich refuses to restrict the 7'4" phenom to center position. He encourages the giant wing to shoot threes freely. This approach yielded all NBA caliber performances, Steve Kerr quipped. "Wemby's making Pop look young again." Popovich's three-word rebuttal: absolute nonsense. As Wembanyama continues his meteoric rise, in November, Popovich temporarily left the court due to a minor stroke. However, the Spurs initially expressed optimism about his full recovery. Popovich collapsed near season's end. Finally, on May 2, 2025, the Spurs released an official statement announcing that 76-year-old Gregg Popovich would conclude his 29-year coaching career, move to senior management. Popovich wrote on social media, "Passion for game remains, but I believe it's time to step down as head coach. Grateful to players, staff, fans who allowed me to serve as Spurs' head coach. Your continued support for this team and the city of San Antonio means everything to me." On Popovich's retirement announcement day, playoff contending coaches Kerr and Udoka donned shirts bearing Popovich's image. They paid tribute to the NBA's eternal coaching legend. Wemby Thrombosis posted, "Thanked 737K plus supporters. Couldn't thank enough. It's an honor to be part of your 29-year coaching journey. Wishing you peace and wellness and joy in life's next chapter." From coaching at 48 to retiring at 76, Popovich remained courtside until the final moment, authored legendary chapters, and developed multiple NBA greats that also mentored countless coaches league-wide. He became the Spurs' eternal spiritual symbol. What defines Spurs culture? Not just composed resilience, but also on-court intensity and off-court humor. Most importantly, the warmth transcending basketball itself. Thank you, Popovich, for these years of brilliance. We wish him health and a fulfilling retirement. That wraps up today's video. If possible, please support by downloading the game. Sponsor support is crucial for long-form content production. Enjoy my content? Consider membership or super thanks support. This is Gary. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.